Welcome to Level M Diecast, everybody. Majorette on tap today. This is Majorette Deluxe. These mixes are kind of all the way out there. They're kind of just whatever. So this isn't technically the newest release. There's actually several different assortments kind of floating around. I did pick up those Carter ones from Walmart. Also picked this from Walmart as well. This was cracked in a previous haul though. So we cracked this one previously. But this is part of this mix. It is the 6 cars for this particular case code. Have no idea how they do that with Jada and Majorette, unfortunately. Matter of fact, I don't even think I've seen the master case that these come in. But this was the one that we cracked open already. So just showcasing this since it was part of the assortment. The Mustang GT does have the opening doors just in case. Some Ford performance there on the windshield banner. Looks pretty good. Of course, your suspension, which is the Majorette staple, does have a nice Mustang logo right there on the grill. Looks pretty good. Full prints on the whole deal there. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the Porsche Edition. So this one is a little bit different than the rest of the Deluxe. This is just pulled directly from Porsche Edition. That is the actual mix there. We did get this one in a previous mix. We have showcased that on the channel already. I was really hoping that we'd get one of these Gran Turismo Porsche Visions, and especially that really nice chrome 911 GT3 Cup. So hopefully those will be coming at some point in time. Either way, I will eventually get this whole set from Australia somehow. Some way, shape, or form, I'll get the set somehow. But this is the one we'll cover. Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7, brand new casting from Majorette. Get this out of the package. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Does come with a metal tin. This is something that they do with this Porsche series to make it a little bit more fancy. Just a nice metal tin with a lid that slides on. But it is metal, which is pretty nice. There is our Carrera. Looks pretty good. Like I said, this is a brand new casting. We have seen one of these already. We did get a Porsche, the newest Porsche Edition 5-pack here in the States. So we've seen this casting before, not this deco though. This one looks pretty good. It says number 139 on there. Still has lensed headlights. Still the staple of Majorette. I love the wheels. I think the wheel choice looks good. Sits up a little bit big. Majorette castings are a teeny bit bigger scale than, you know, Matchbox or Hot Wheels. It says 2.7 there on the back. It says Porsche. Looks pretty good. And of course it does have the opening hatch cover. Some engine details that are molded in with the casting itself, but it is hollow behind there. So you can see the axle down in there. It's not exactly the best design there, but at least there's an opening feature to it, which is pretty nice. Something different besides opening doors that we always get. There is your base deets for this particular one. This one does claim to be 1/56th scale. And yes, those are rubber tires as well. So that one is a pretty nice one. So only one moving feature for that guy, but that is perfectly fine. All right, next one up in the Deluxe, we're going to take a look at Toyota 2000 GT. I think this one came from their racing line, which we don't get here in the U.S. So they just plucked this, put some Real Riders on it. Rubber tires. I know people yell at me for saying Real Riders. Real Riders are rubber tires. It's just the way it is. Hot Wheels coined it. It doesn't have to be a Hot Wheels, but I'll say rubber tires. I don't want to make anybody upset. So, of course, it comes with one of those completely pointless, arbitrary boxes that I absolutely despise. Wish we would just get a regular card like Car Culture does. I think it'd be better, but we don't. All right, taking a look at the 2000 GT in yellow with some green print on the side. Does say 33. This one does have an opening hood. We've seen this casting just a couple of times on the channel. This is the second time we've gotten this casting in Deluxe. The first one was in black with some gold. Looks pretty good. Taillight prints on this one does have lensed headlights again in the front. Very, very dark window on this one. Looks pretty good. Casting details look pretty good as well. Scale looks pretty good. There is the base deets on that one. That one is also 1/56 scale. So the actual 2000 GT in real life is a relatively small car. So it's not going to look appropriate against some of these other cars, but it's relatively appropriate against the Porsche there. All right, Aston Martin Vantage GT8. Very, very cool casting from Majorette. They've done this in a few different decos. This is nothing new. This one is also from the racing line, if I remember correctly. So just getting some real riders on it. Nothing fancy as far as like new deco. If I can get it out of the packaging. Throw the box to the side. I'm sure you guys are over the box already. Get the packaging out of here. So there is our Aston Martin GTA. I love this casting. I think it's really, really good. Nice British green. Looks good. I like the orange tinted window on this one. It actually looks pretty good. Gets that nice orange tint for the headlights. I really like the details of there. Prints look good. Aston Martin across the windshield. That one's really, really nice. This one looks much better with these big 5 spokes on it. Typically, it has some smaller wheels on it, which don't look as good. The taillight prints don't look all that great. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be small like that or they just didn't get printed on all that well, but it is what it is. It does say Aston Martin Racing there in the back, and it says Vantage GT8 on there as well. Wing is plastic. This guy does have opening doors. Not really a racing interior. Oops, sorry about that. Oops, sorry about that. Not really a racing interior in there. It's pretty much a standard interior, which is actually a little bit shocking to see that there's not a racing interior in there. But, you know, not everybody can be the Nissan GTR with its awesome racing interior. 1/60th scale for this guy. The suspension's a little bit stiff on this one, but of course it's a race car, so you kind of expect that. But I really like this one with those bigger 5 spokes. It looks really, really good. Much, much better than previous versions. I don't have the regular release version. I do have the regular release version of this guy, though. This is the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. This did come out in the Black Edition 5-pack. They had a 5-pack that was all black. We actually got that 5-pack here in the U.S. as well. So that one was available. Maybe some hobby dealers got it. Not going to find it at retail. It's unlikely anyways to find it at retail. Man, these Majorette cards are unbelievably thick. The cardboard is so thick. And then, oh man, it's driving me nuts. Get the Challenger out of there. Get the box out of here. Plastic out of here. All right, so there is our SRT Demon Black Edition. Does have your Demon there on the quarter panel. Looks pretty good. That hopefully focus up a little bit. Looks pretty good. Of course, rubber tires as well. I do like these wheels. They look pretty good. Lens headlights still on this particular casting. We've seen this casting a bunch of times. I'm not a huge fan of the blue tint window. I'm not really sure why they just didn't go with clear. It's the only thing I don't like about this particular casting. Taillight prints look pretty good. That is the newest taillight kind of prints done up there. Looks pretty good. It's a pretty decent sized casting as well. It is 1/66th scale. Does have opening doors. Doors open pretty good. Pretty big and wide. Interior looks pretty good. Just a lot of black going on there, so it just soaks up all the light. Looks pretty good. This is the one that came in the Black Edition 5-pack. You see those wheels on there. I actually prefer those wheels better, even though they're not rubber tires. I think this wheel is absolutely fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorite Majorette wheels. I think it goes good with just about everything. The Aston Martin Vantage typically has that wheel on it. And it looks good for a race car, but I think this one looks a lot better with the bigger 5-spoke on it. But I do like that wheel a lot. That one looks pretty good. So we'll leave that guy on the screen since we did a little comparo. Put our Challenger R here. And then we get to, of course, the absolute money shot. The Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.5 16 Evolution 2. This car has been unbelievably skyrocketing in popularity the last about year or two. Pretty much every manufacturer makes a 190e, and if they don't currently make one, they have one in the works. You're never going to see something like that from Matchbox, but I mean, Hot Wheels has one, Tarmac has them, Mini GT has them, Pop Race has them coming. Majorette obviously did one. And I'm not complaining, because this is one of the coolest cars ever made, period. This is a brand spanking new casting from Majorette. This one looks fantastic. Does have lensed headlights. I think that looks good. Prints on the grille look good. I think they did a fantastic job replicating this. A lot of 90s sharp corners to this casting. Looks very, very, very good. Does have opening doors. So opening doors look pretty good. Does not have the like racing interior. It's more of the street car version, which I think is fantastic. This looks fantastic even with those wheels. I don't think those wheels are the best fit for it, but at least we are getting this casting, which is a big deal. There is a 90s themed 5-pack that Majorette had put out. It's not in the US yet. I'm pretty sure we'll probably get it. But one way or another, I do have one coming in a trade from Australia. So I will have the original mainline, I guess you can call it, version of this one, which is just basically the exact same casting, just with plastic wheels, which the plastic wheels look better on that standard version than this one. But this one looks fantastic. Really, really happy about that. There is your base deets. This one is 1/59th scale. The tires are a little bit big, so they rub a little bit in the front. But there is suspension in there. Of course, it barely does anything in the front, which doesn't surprise me. But that one is fantastic. That one's really, really, really good. So there is the newest mix of Majorette. Try to get that in the shot there a little bit. And what I'm going to try to do, guys, moving forward is I'm going to try to make sure I put together like full batch releases as much as I can. And even if it's models that I already have, I will just simply showcase the model that I have just in case there's some re-releases, because sometimes they do some re-releases, but try to show you guys the complete release so you know what to look for. So if you go to the page and say you see that guy and you really want that guy, then you're like, okay, good. They at least stocked the case. I'll keep my eye out. But if you show up and there's none of these there, maybe they're not to that case yet. But anyways, doing what I can to help, bringing the Majorette. We love Majorette. Staple of the channel as always. I appreciate every single one of you guys for stopping by, swinging in, checking this out, and enjoying them with me, and taking in all that is 190E Evolution. So we're going to roll out. Live and die, saying, peace!